Hello, my dear students. Today we are on Unit 6 and the last grammar lesson, the if conditional. First of all, we have the zero conditional. We use the zero conditional to express the general truth or scientific facts when we want to express something which is always true or general situations. Also, when we have the keywords of the present simple, like always, usually, often, sometimes, and never. For example, when we say, if we heat ice, it melts. Note that we can use when instead of if. I can here use when we heat ice, it melts. The form of the zero conditional is if plus the present simple and the present simple. And notice that we can use if at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle. When I say plants die if they aren't watered regularly, here we have die in the present simple and we have aren't watered, okay, because we are in the passive. The first conditional. We use the first conditional when we want to talk about real present, when we want to express real or very probable situations in the present or future. For example, if she works hard, she will pass the test. If Saber goes to an interview, he should wear nice clothes. If you speak English well, you may get the job. If you come first in the English test, I will give you this good camera. If I win the gold medal, I will be very famous. I won't lend you any money if you insist on spending it carelessly. The form of the first conditional is if plus the present simple, and then we have subject plus will or can or may or should or must or have to or has to, and so on. We have other ways to express the first conditional, okay? We can use if plus the present simple, and then we have the imperative form. Like I say, if I call you on your mobile, come to my office. Here, I used the imperative form. I used come, the verb in the infinitive form. Or, don't spend that money if you don't have any left. Here we have the negative commands with don't plus the infinitive, okay? And we also still in the imperative form. Unless means if plus not. Such as, unless you come first in the test, I won't give you this good camera. Unless he calls you, don't come to his office. Remember that unless must come in the affirmative sentence, okay? We can't put the negative with the sentence that begins with unless. We have provided. Provided equals if or in case, okay? And after them, we put the full sentence, subject and verb and so on, like, provided you study harder, you will come first in the test. You can have my car as long as you have a driving license. Okay? Here we can put as long as or in case or provided instead of if. When I use should instead of if, I put should plus the subject and the infinitive. And we can use should with subject and the infinitive with the first conditional or with the second conditional. Should he receive my call, he will come immediately. Here we put the infinitive. The second conditional. We use the second conditional to express imaginary situations which are contrary to facts in the present or unlikely to happen in the present or the future. Also, we can use the second conditional to give advice. Like I say, if we took the car, we would pay for parking. I could watch the film if they showed it on television. The form of the second conditional is if plus the past simple, and then we have the subject plus would or could or might plus the infinitive. Okay? Remember that we can use the form if I were you, I would or wouldn't plus the infinitive when we want to give advice only. The third conditional. We use the third conditional to express regret or action that were impossible to happen in the past. Like I say, if I had run quickly, I would have won the race. Ahmed would have been sad if he hadn't gone to the party. Here the form is if plus the past perfect, and then we have subject plus would or might or could plus have plus the PP. Okay? That's enough today. Thanks for listening to me and good luck.